My economic development dream for Tzeachten is very simple, is that we get to a point where economic activity and the economic projects that we develop here in Tzeachten are going to sustain Tzeachten for future generations. That will be adequate wealth and job creation for our membership.
My dream is for all of our members to be skilled and trained and have really good jobs and incomes in order to support themselves and their families. I envision education as a priority, and I would like to see all of our members have the opportunity to attend a school of their choice and not have to worry about funding. And I envision Tzeachten to have its own sources of revenue coming in order to pay for these dreams.
To work towards achieving self-sufficiency, and self-sufficiency means that we can develop and establish Tzeachten's own revenue source and generating its own wealth, so that they can rely less on senior governments or other governments, such as the federal government.
If Tzeachten achieves a strong economic development program, I think the indicators are going to be wealth creation and job creation for our communities. For too long, Tzeachten First Nation has been dependent on other sources of funding, and any government is going to be sustainable has to create its own wealth.
I would see strong social programs. We would be able to preserve our language and culture, good education programs, good strong health and recreational programs. Maybe we'd be able to enhance our recreation facility and possibly add on a leisure center. And I think it would definitely improve the quality of life for our people.
An economic development program would provide funds that would go towards making sure that people are funded for their education.
I know it takes lots of love and lots of energy to get students all the way through to graduate. So I'm thrilled
they can afford educational programs and educational training in some of the best institutions in Canada and even outside of Canada. In addition to that, a strong economic development program will ensure that we have enough funding that will support the development of the culture and the language of the people. It will also encourage people to be able to develop vibrant businesses within the Tzeachten community.
Tzeachten has taken a number of steps to support economic development growth. I think some of the most important ones is getting their accounting and financial systems in order. That's been achieved through the establishment of a financial administration law. And as well, because of the financial administration law, they're now eligible for bond financing through the First Nations Finance Authority. These are very important because we do not have to go to the conventional banking system now to get funds in order to take on projects. They've created a company, Schwimmelchuk Management Limited, that's primary responsibility is to generate alternate sources of revenue for Tzeachten.
We believe in strong strategic planning processes, and we believe in establishing policies that help guide us with our economic planning. We've built up institutions such as Tzeachten Management Company, Schwimmelchuk, Four Corners, 7 Generations. We built up our administration capacity, and we were a credible borrower with the First Nations Management Board, and we were one of the first nations that were certified.
Chief and Council have developed a number of financial policies that help us to guide us through the planning, designing, and the developing economic development activities or initiatives within the community. Apart from that, Tzeachten also has developed a number of partnerships with other First Nations as well as non-First Nations, other in the industry. Some of those examples are businesses related to forestry, businesses related to environmental planning and research, businesses related to cultural research.
Tzeachten has also done their land use planning. They've created zoning places where they feel that commercial development, commercial growth should occur, and same with light industry. So they've identified parcels of Tzeachten land that could be used specifically for economic development. I think as well too, some of the council's whole attitude and the fact that they've developed a vision and mission statement that lends itself to this, it'll entrench the need for economic development growth to continue no matter what council's in place in the future.
Tzeachten in the past have undertaken a number of economic development programs. Currently, we have a commercial development which encompasses a shopping mall with a variety of small businesses. In addition to that, we have a very vibrant community center that hosts a number of events. Through that center, we command a strong revenue source through rental of that center. In addition, Tzeachten has impact on developing a sports complex, and that sports complex also brings in a lot of money through rental services. Tzeachten has also developed a number of housing projects. Those housing projects are meant to strengthen the community economic development program through revenue, through rent, as well as through the generating income taxes to the community, as well as basically the businesses that are generated from there, from property management to maintenance and the landscaping of those complexes. Those are some of the very key programs that Tzeachten has impact on in its effort to develop economic development.
We have ownership of the Vedder Crossing Plaza. We have ownership of the sports field. We have ownership of the community events hall. We have ownership of housing revenue that's coming in, the new 7-plex and the triplex. And we have built up partnerships with Tzeachten management company, Sri Melcha.
Well, my experience has been great. I worked with the Tzeachten First Nations since 2007. The leasing process is very expedient, very forthright, and everything that I could expect as a developer. Englewood Courtyard is 3 buildings, 185 apartment units for retirees, 45 and over. The building behind me is the Englewood Courtyard Clubhouse, 2,500 square feet, which will have a hairdressing salon, nail technician area, a really fine place for retirees. Working with Tzeachten has been very complimentary. It's a nice and easy process. It is streamlined. I can get answers really quick. Administration is very, very helpful, and I look forward to working with them again.
Hi, I'm Squamish, Joe Hall. I'm the chair of the Squamish Management Limited Partnership Party.
Tzeachten is easy to work with. The process is easy. Say that again.